In the digital landscape, you will see many people selling online courses. To put it bluntly, these courses fall in one of three evergreen niches. Number one, how to get rich quick. Number two, how to attract a supermodel partner with this specific pickup routine. And number three, how to get a six-pack in 6 weeks. This is a simplification, but it's not far off the mark. Now, of course, there are some experts in certain fields providing very specific and detailed courses at reasonable prices, but this is the exception rather than the rule. Probably the most lucrative niche in terms of an evergreen niche is how to get rich quick. These are really profitable and lucrative. For example, if you have a $1,000 course and you sell 1,000 courses, that means $1 million. Of course, you have Uncle Sam to pay, but if you live in a tax-friendly country and you're not an American citizen, that's a lot of money they're raking in. And it's not a new phenomenon, it's just that with the online scalability provided by platforms such as YouTube and Facebook, it is way more lucrative than ever before. So understand this and realize that fools and their money are soon parted. So remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it is. You should also try to understand what money actually is. Money does have specific characteristics, but to simplify things, money is just a transfer of time and wealth. If you provide some good or service and some sort of value to society, then you will make money. If you provide value at scale, then you will become rich. Money can't buy happiness. However, having enough money to avoid financial distress and to be financially independent is very important. In fact, research shows that financial stress can actually temporarily lower IQ. Not good. Now, in terms of happiness, some people prefer to view it from the sense of excitement is happy and boredom is sad. This provides a more actionable way in which you can try to align your purpose with activities that you are actually more excited by and provide a greater level of fulfillment or quote-unquote happiness. Now, we can all probably think of various occasions in which we bought something that we did not need and cringe realizing how unnecessary it truly was and realizing the true opportunity cost of not investing that money. In the words of Warren Buffett, if you spend money on things you do not need, soon you will have to sell things you need. We of course live in a consumer culture whereby material possessions are the holy grail of one's achievement in life. Although this is starting to shift slightly with the emergence of trends such as minimalism and the FIRE movement. However, this focus on consumerism is still present in popular culture and the advertising industry. In terms of consumer goods, there is an interesting social phenomenon known as the Diderot effect. It is named after French philosopher Denis Diderot. Diderot was the co-founder and writer of Encyclopédie, which was the most comprehensive encyclopedia of that time. Diderot lived in poverty for most of his life, but that all changed in 1765 when Catherine the Great, the Empress of Russia, heard of Diderot's financial troubles and offered to buy his library from him for £1,000, which is the equivalent of around £178,000 today. Suddenly, at the age of 52, Diderot had money to spare. He acquired a new scarlet robe, and that's when the spiral began. He noticed this beautiful robe was out of place when surrounded by the rest of his common possessions. According to Diderot, there was no more coordination, no more unity, no more beauty between his robe and the rest of his items. He felt the urge to buy some new things to match the beauty of his robe. He replaced his old rug with a new one from Damascus. He decorated his home with beautiful sculptures and a better kitchen table. He even bought a new mirror to place above the mantle, and his straw chair was relegated to the antechamber by a leather chair. These reactive purchases have become known as the Diderot effect. The Diderot effect states that obtaining a new possession often creates a spiral of consumption, which leads you to acquire more new things. As a result, we end up buying things that our previous selves never needed to feel happy or fulfilled. This spiral of consumption is one of the main reasons why many former sports stars go broke. When they first make it and sign their first big deal and contract, they effectively have more money than they know what to do with, and they buy a huge mansion with a colossal mortgage. They buy numerous exotic cars, 12 to be exact. Their lifestyle expenses inflate to such a level that once they retire, they go broke. They haven't got their main source of income anymore, and they were rich not wealthy. Now, this concept of lifestyle inflation applies to mere mortals as well as the stars we see on TV. For example, in his bestseller The 4-Hour Workweek, Tim Ferriss examines the concept of the new rich. The essence is the following. Who is better off? Person A on $40,000 per year and working only 30 hours per week, living well within their means, investing aggressively, and spending the rest of their time pursuing other passions. Or person B, the investment banker, on $400,000 per year, working around 100 hours per week, sacrificing their long-term health, and living a very expensive lifestyle. Of course, this is kind of a simplified example. The investment banker could come from a very wealthy family, and for instance have an inheritance of 8 figures, you just don't know. There are exceptions to every rule. However, lifestyle inflation is a trap that you should avoid. Money is not necessarily the root of all evil. It is possible to make a lot of money ethically. You don't have to turn into a supervillain to obtain it. But if you view money as evil, it is likely that it will elude you. Money just exacerbates what type of person you are. If you are a decent person without a lot of money, you will be a decent person overall with a lot of money. In the short term, you may see some people change, but in the long term, it balances itself out. And if you are a not so decent person without a lot of money, you will be a not so decent person with a lot of money. It's very simple. Also, unless somebody is a genuine psychopath, humans are generally not completely evil or good anyway. It is a complex and dynamic situation where the very definitions of good and evil vary depending on culture and the period of history we're in. So don't view money as completely evil, otherwise it may prove elusive. Finally, something that the wealthiest individuals understand is that money is emotionless. Money does not care how hard you work, it does not care what sacrifices you make to obtain it, it doesn't even care if you buy avocado toast or not. It is emotionless. It is more about realizing that the real goal is acquiring assets and diversifying to create genuine wealth, and having sufficient cash flow to maintain whatever sort of lifestyle you prefer indefinitely. For more compounded valuable content, subscribe and like.